All right, good morning, everyone. All right, perfect. Let's start with Nasdaq. I had a pretty interesting day yesterday. Even though it was a bank holiday, I think there was decent opportunities in the market yesterday. And the dogs are barking. This is crazy. This is the first time they bark today. It has to be when I start streaming. My bad, guys. My bad. All right, well, I think the good thing is that Nasdaq is at the bottom of this huge range here. So we could bounce from here or we could break past this area here. I think if we do break past this area, the sellers need to be very strong. I don't see any more zones on the daily time frame. So let's go down to the 4 hour. I'm also going to mark this out here just so I know it's there. And see if I could find a zone where price bounced off from. Okay, this looks like a really good 4 hour demand zone, which I think could be a good target for shorts. If I do take shorts today, that could be a good zone to target. Good morning, good morning. I passed my combine yesterday. Nice. Yeah, I think yesterday was a really good day to trade combines. I mean, even you're funded if you wanted to risk it. Like, it was actually a decent move considering it was a bank holiday. All right, on the 4 hour time frame, we have this 4 hour demand zone up here, which could be a good target for longs. If I do take longs today, I think it could get up here. This 4 hour supply zone. Don't see any more zones on this time frame though. So yeah, let's go down to the 3 hour. This 4 hour supply zone is also a 3 hour supply zone. I know we have a couple of 3 hour zones up here. This one's a zone as well. How do I use VWAP? I honestly use it to, most of the time I use it to spot out to see if I should trade or not. For example, if VWAP is at a zone, then I won't trade it because I don't want it to like chop at the zone. If the market opens up around VWAP and it kind of stays there for a while, probably won't trade that day. So I don't know, I kind of use VWAP to know if I should trade or not. Because what used to happen to me is I just used to lose a bunch of trades if I took it around VWAP. So now I just avoid those type of trades. Another way I use VWAP is just I use it as a target sometimes. Like, I don't know, let's just say I'm in long and then VWAP is up here somehow. I say VWAP could be a good target. But what I don't do is I don't use VWAP to know what direction I should trade in. Like, I know some people use it that way. If we're below VWAP, then they're looking for shorts. I don't really trade it that way. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't trade it that way. I really just trust the zones more than VWAP by itself. Okay, I don't see anything else on the 3 hour time frame. So let's go down to the 2 hour. Don't see much. Like, this could be a 2-hour supply zone. I'm gonna mark it out for now, but I will look to see if there's more zones around this area. So I don't think it's the best zone. Okay, this 2-hour zone here I like because the market has bounced off of it. Yeah, bounced off of it right. Boom, right here. Bounced off of the 50% line. Okay, let's see if there's more zones. Oh, I like this 2-hour demand zone here. This could also be a good zone to target if I do take shorts. We've also bounced off of it before, just like with this zone up here, which is a good sign. I like when the market has already kind of respected a zone. It makes me more confident in taking the trade or even like targeting the zone. So I know if the market reacted off of it once, it could react off of it again. So that's why I like that. Okay, good. This is a 1-hour zone here. This 4-hour supply zone is very, very strong. Almost on every time frame, this is a strong supply zone. Which is also why I said if the longs do come in, I think it could be a really good target. There's a bunch of orders in that area, or that's what it looks like. Oh, okay. I remember this area here with this 1-hour zone. Trying to double check to see if I missed anything. I really do want zones closer to price. The zones that I've marked out so far, they're good, but they're just far away from price. So it's not zones that I could really take trades off from. Okay. I mean, this is a good 1-hour zone. I mean, it's just kind of stacked, which I don't like, but we'll see if we even get down here today. I think if we get all the way down here today, like I said, the sellers just need to be strong. I mean, it's definitely doable. We've seen it many times. Hold on, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Damn, I'm like not used to having my hair in my face. No wonder I slick it back because it's actually annoying. Maybe I just see another haircut as well. That's like the main reason why I cut my hair is that I don't like it on my face. Alright, I already checked the 1 hour. Let's go down to the 90-minute zone. I do think there was this 90-minute zone that we've been bouncing off of for a while. We bounced off of it on Friday. And what did I do on Friday? Don't remember what trade I took on Friday. Let's see. Okay, not that. Friday I took short on US 30. Okay. The complete opposite of what I was thinking. I was going to say Friday. I do think this was a trade to take on Friday. Yeah, longs off of this 90-minute zone. Yeah, it was this one. And this one I'm pretty sure was, yeah, like I was saying, if I take longs and we're below VWAP, usually I would target VWAP. This is a good example of that. I didn't take this trade. I took another trade on Friday, but I do think that was a really good trade to take. Alright, but this 90-minute zone here, price has bounced off of it a couple times, and it looks like it's going to be the zone that is going to open up near price. So that's good. I do like that. We have a good zone that's close to price. And I was going to say it's a good 90-minute zone. It's not that good. I'll mark it out and see if I can find a better one in that area. Yeah, I think if the shorts come, like, I think there's a lot of downside potential. I do. But they definitely need to be strong. Which I could see happening, especially since, I mean, it's the first day out of the week. Yesterday, like, good moves happened, but the market wasn't really open. That's why I'm saying, like, today, the big boys are going to be playing. So maybe a big boy move is gonna happen. Okay, this is a 45-minute time frame. Not seeing much here. Yeah. Oh, can I not? Oh, there we go. Okay, and she's going crazy. I don't even know what she's barking at. I mean, this is a good 45-minute zone. At this point I shouldn't even mark it since there's a 4-hour right below it, so it's kind of pointless. Let's go down to the 30-minute. Okay, I like this. This looks like somewhat a 30-minute supply zone. It does have a wick through it, so I do want to see if we chopped on it. Okay, no, we haven't. Something weird also that I just saw was at 850, there was a nasty spike up. Yeah, 100, almost 130 points spike before the market opens up, which I don't know, it's not that normal. All right, well, I already kind of have the main zones. I would take longs if the market gets above 697. I think it'd be a good long, at least to this 90-minute supply zone. Let's just say I miss out on this move. That'll be fine. If I do miss on this move, if it does happen, then I'll probably just wait for it to tap this 90-minute supply zone and then either take longs or shorts off of this area. Another long could be longs off of this area down here, which we've bounced off of a couple of times already. That could be a good long. And then for the shorts, a good short could be, you know, from this 30-minute supply zone. If we see something like that, that would be a good short. Or again, if I miss on this, what is it? This, if I miss on this long here, then I'll see and wait if the shorts come from this area. That could also be a good short. But I think the best short, honestly, is going to be below 539. Okay, sorry. The Chihuahua came in here running. It looks like he got zoomies. Okay, I'm on the 15-minute time frame and don't really see much. I'm just double checking. Okay, I like this 15-minute zone. At this point, I'm just double checking to see if there's any other zones. I already got the main ones marked up, which is this 90-minute demand zone and then this 30-minute supply zone. Alright. Yeah. I mean, I could check the 10-minute and 5-minute, but I also just want to focus on the bigger time frames. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, let's look at US 30. Okay. Let's erase everything. Start on the daily. I don't know. On the daily, I was going to say, like I said yesterday, I was seeing if this area of resistance was going to turn to support. It doesn't look like it's doing that. So I could see US 30 going down to this bottom. The bottom of this range here. But it's on a daily time frame, so it's like it could take some time to get down there. Ooh, there is good zones on US 30 though. We have this 4-hour demand zone right here, kind of at the bottom of that range, which we bounced off of recently. We also have this 4-hour supply zone, which is very close to all-time highs. So I don't think it's going to be that helpful. But what I do see on US 30 is this really good range here. And I think we could trade that breakout. Again, if it happens. Let's see. Let's see if there's any good zones, first of all. Okay. Not seeing much. At least close to price. 1 hour time frame. Okay, I mean, this could be a 1 hour supply zone. I just wish the market actually tapped on it. We just missed it by a couple points though. I also want to see why the market bounced off of this area. Okay, this 1 hour supply zone is also a 90-minute zone, which is good. Not seeing much on US 30. I mean, this could be 45-minute supply zone. Right now, what I'm really looking for is just some sort of zone below this range. I mean, this 45-minute demand zone here, it looked really good. The only issue with it is, yeah, it just looks like we chopped on it. And I don't like seeing that. I don't. But I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to keep looking here. Down to the 30-minute time frame. This area here is also a 30-minute demand zone, which is good to know. It's definitely an area where there was buying. Okay. This is a good 30-minute demand zone. It's not really that helpful since it's kind of far away from price, but I'll mark it out. You never know. Never know. You literally never know if the market's gonna open crazy or not. So you gotta stay prepared. Like, there's just been a couple times where I decide not to mark that far away from price, and then the market opens up crazy and it ends up going like really far away from where I expected it to, and then like I have to rechart everything, and I don't like that. So I'm definitely gonna make sure that I chart far enough. Damn, this wick is nasty here. This 930 wick. Trying to see where it really bounced off from. Could just be support and resistance. Slow activity today. I don't know. I could see the market being volatile today. Obviously, I don't know, but I think if it will be volatile, like it would make sense. You know, it was a 3-day weekend, and that's really the only reason why I think that. I just feel like when it's a 3-day weekend, like the day that it actually opens up is really good, but it could be choppy today. Okay, we have this 15-minute demand zone here, which I don't know. I don't like. I don't like it. I don't like it because we chopped on it, and I don't trust zones when that happens. Damn, this sucks. I thought US 30 would look better, but honestly, my only trade for US 30 is if it goes up. If it goes down, I could take a trade off of this, demand zone here. I mean, I'll leave it marked so I know that it's there. But I think my best trade on US 30 would be if it comes up to this area, if it touches up this 90-minute supply zone, and then it somehow starts rejecting it, that could be a good short. Another trade could be taking longs off of this area as well. The only way I would take long is if price gets above 650. If it gets above 650, obviously I would try to target at least for 1 to 2, which would be something like this. So if I do take the long, I would have to watch out for this 45-minute supply zone and just hope that we are strong enough to push past it. And I think if we get above this area of resistance here that we've been in for a while, I think there's a lot of upside potential. Yes. I'm just going to double check to see if I missed any zones, because I don't have too many. Okay, yeah. I have nothing. Damn, when was this? Thursday on the 12th. This short was nasty. This short was really good short. It just came in at 10:30. Came in pretty late. That's the pattern I've been seeing for February. Is just the market will open up slow, and then it's like after the first hour of market open, you'll see a crazy ass move. I'm not sure if that was just last week, but I think that's like a pattern of February. It's just slow open, and then the move just comes in. Alright, I think that was all the zones. Honestly, it could be better for me. I've definitely seen better zones. Nasdaq, I think, looks a bit more better than US 30. The only way I would trade US 30 is if it goes up to this area up here, this 90-minute supply zone. If US 30 opens up and it shoots straight down, I think it would be a good trade because, we have this area here that could come down to and then break past. I don't know. For me, I don't like this zone, so I'm not sure if I would take that trade. But I do think if it get, and I'm stuttering. I think if it gets below 360 and it stays below it, I think it could go all the way down to, who knows? I mean, even 850. I mean, I could see it going down to 49.70 down here. I can see that happening. But we'll see how the market opens up. I'm going to mark this wick here as liquidity. All right, let's mark up support and resistance before I forget. Something I also like about Nasdaq is just the small little pre-market range here. I do like that. I also wanted to check. Okay. I wanted to check the session liquidity. I guess most people would say this looks bullish, which I could see. I think a good buy could be right here off of this area that we've kept bouncing off from. But we'll see. Alright, I keep getting off track. Let's mark this down. I don't know. I think there's a couple good opportunities. It really just depends on how the market opens up. And it's also not that clear for me today. I feel like some days it's like very clear what trade I would take. Today there's a couple trades I would take, but they're not as good as they usually are, you know. But I also just can't be picky. Can't be too picky. Okay. Do you trade only the open, like the first hour? Yeah. Yeah. I've tried trading other times, but it's just 9:30 is always, not always. It's mostly always in my favor. Cuz I feel like for my strategy is mostly breakouts. For breakouts, you just need really good volume for it to work out. And when you get the most volume, it's just that first hour. Usually like the first 15 minutes. But yeah, it's crazy. I do trade the open. Sometimes I'll take the trade right at 9:31. Not every day, but when I see it, then I take it. Man, it's been a couple times where it's at 9:31. There's on another thing is I've had multiple opportunities to, especially this year, and it's only the second month, but I've had many opportunities to like take a trade right at open with US 30, and they play out really well. It's just I do be scared to take the trades right at 9:30. But that's something I want to get over this year is if I see a good setup on US 30, you know, right at 9:30 to just take it, because I don't know if you trade US 30, but if you do trade US 30, you know that it just has crazy openings sometimes. It's like openings where if you place a trade, it'll hit TP within like 1 or 2 minutes. Obviously, if you're in the right direction. But yeah, US 30 has really good opportunities at 9:30. Not every day, but when it's there, it's there. Okay, what time is it? Oh, damn, we got 3 more minutes. Where's market? Shit, I'm lost. Okay, boom. I'm like charting mad far away. I don't even know if it's gonna be that good of a day. Yes, let's have the US 30 here. But yeah, I like how US 30 looks on the bigger time frame. For me, it's just I won't trade it unless it goes up once it opens. Because if it goes down, I'm most likely gonna miss out on that move. Okay. Two more minutes for market open. I also checked if we had any high impact news today, and we don't. So, I mean, that's good and bad. I think when there is high impact news, like, you have a better chance of getting more volatility. But we'll see. We'll see. You really never know what to expect. There's also been just many days where there isn't any high impact news and the markets are still volatile. So, like I said, it just depends on how the market opens up. All right, let's see. Here is market open. Oh gosh, I hate when this happens. There we go. Okay, US 30 is going up. That's good for me. Not sure if I'm going to trade Nasdaq or US 30 just yet. I want to see at least how this first 1 minute candle closes. $30 more seconds. The opening on US 30 looks way nastier than Nasdaq. So if US 30 closes above 649, which it looks like it's gonna do, then I would have taken longs. Obviously though, this shit is going up already. I doubt that it's gonna retest this area and then come back up, so we'll see. Right now it's breaking past a 45-minute supply zone. So, I mean, I'm thinking if it gets above 783, I think the longs would be good. But I do need to see a strong close. Which I already saw over here, right? But at that point, it's just like the stop loss would need to be very wide. Basically waiting for extra confirmation here. Alright, I'm going to take a buy here on US 30. Put my stop loss at 43. Which it already hit. I already got stopped out. Damn! That was tough. And now the shorts are coming in. Alright, I probably won't trade US 30 anymore. Damn, I should have waited for that candle close. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Why didn't I wait for the candle close? I literally got shit on right there. Fucking rookie mistake. Okay. Let's see. Is retesting this 90-minute supply zone. So I do want to see it bounce off of this area. I think if it actually bounces off of here, then the long should actually continue. Okay, I literally I'm selling myself here. I'm gonna drop it right there. Moving on to the next trade. Like, that was honestly a rookie mistake. Not waiting for the candle close. It's okay. Nasdaq, it looked like it had a really good close, and then it had a nasty move down. If I took longs on Nasdaq, I would have gotten stopped out. Just like US 30. What time is it? Okay. I don't know. So far, it looks like US 30 is not bouncing off of this area. The short off of this 45-minute zone was definitely the play. And I could have taken the short if I had just waited for the candle close. It's literally a rookie mistake. I'm looking at Nasdaq though. If it breaks these highs, I'm going to take a long. Okay, I'm in a long here. Put my stop at 87. Let's see how that goes. Okay. I'm going to break even here. I mean, we're basically almost up a 1-2. No, we are up a 1-2 actually. This is a good TP. I'm going to try to target 780 and 790. Okay, nice. I'm gonna TP soon because I'm already up quite a bit. But I want to close it out around 790. Okay, there it is. I'm going to start locking in profit here. Okay, I'm out of the trade. Oh my god. That was like just I'm rusty, guys. I'm rusty. Like I'm definitely rusty. That was it. I don't know. That was it. I'm definitely rusty. This trade that I took here on US 30, like, no bueno. I need coffee. I think that's what's wrong here. I need caffeine. So first of all, I took long here right on US 30. Literally, what do I always say? I literally always say if I take a loss, most of the time it's a good entry for the opposite direction. Why? Because I only take trades off of areas of interest. And that's literally what happened with this first trade here. The entry was a perfect entry for the opposite direction. And if I waited for this 1 minute candle to close, again, like how I usually do, I would have taken a short. I would have taken shorts here. Because then that way we would have been rejecting this 45-minute supply zone. And that was that. But I didn't wait for the candle close. I know exactly why I didn't wait. I didn't wait for the candles to close because of this crazy ass move up. I was like, oh my gosh, there's crazy volume up. Like, I'm about to catch it right here. And I got faked out. And it could have been avoided if I literally just waited like 10 more seconds. Okay, but that was that. I was like, okay, not trading US 30. Don't like her. I look at Nasdaq, and if you look at Nasdaq, it was getting above this 30-minute supply zone, which we did reject earlier. We kind of chopped on it as well. We chopped on it. But I was like, if we get above this white line here, above these highs, right here, you can see these wicks here. I was like, okay, if we get above that, I would expect a nicer move up, at least to this 90-minute supply zone. And that was the trade right there. It was a really good trade. The trade was 300 ticks or 75 points. And that was almost a 1 to 3. So I did get a good base hit today. I'm happy with today. I just think I'm a bit rusty. I do think I'm a bit rusty. I can't lie. But we're getting back into it. We're getting back into it. And then I'm trading. I'm literally like so rusty. It's actually crazy because I was trading these tops of XFAs, and I was like, yeah, like I'm definitely gonna trade them today, and I totally forgot about it. So I could look for another trade for the tops up accounts. We'll see. I mean, this 5 minute is about to close out above this 50% line. I do think the longs could definitely continue. Let's see. Yeah, if it gets above 820, I'm going to take a long. Not on my main accounts. This is on some other fundeds. And it also just wouldn't be M&Q. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Q. Micro Nasdaq. There we go. Yeah, if it breaks this white line above 820, then I'm gonna take it. And I'm gonna take it with low risk. But I'm already done trading my main accounts. I already caught a loss and then a 1 to 3, which is perfect. I will say though, I did want to get at least $600 today, but I'm way too rusty for that. Honestly, like that first loss really got to me. It should not have happened. Like I think I'm just mainly upset about it because I know if I was on top of my game, like I would not have taken that trade. I would have waited for the candle to close. I just know it. That's why like I'm upset. I mean, I'm not upset, but I don't know. Definitely was bothered by the loss cuz it's just like, Lonnie, like what are you actually doing? You don't even take that trade on the regular. Yeah, you took it today. But it's fine. We managed to get the longs on Nasdaq. Now it's just, are the longs going to continue or is he going to reject this 90-minute supply zone here? Which it looks like it is so far. Let's see. Yeah, this shit is like chopping around quite a bit. Let me make sure all my orders are closed. Okay, good. I don't know. Definitely slowed down. And yeah, it looks like we're rejecting this area. Alright, I'm going to take a quick short here on other accounts. Where's my entry? 54. I have my stop at 804. I do have a wider stop, but my sizing isn't that crazy. Alright. I moved my stop down to 69. Scalping this. Nice. I'm gonna break even here. I'm gonna start trailing this. I'm trailing it tight here. Alright, I'm out of that trade. That was a quick in and out. And I'm done for the day. I mean, honestly, that wasn't like an A+ setup. I already missed A+ setup on these accounts, so I'm just gonna take a small win. This is 2x a phase. Alright. Now I just have to journal. I mean, I really just have to journal the first 2 trades. The third trade was more of a gamble. Yeah, it definitely looks like it rejected this 90-minute supply zone. Where is VWAP? I didn't even have... Oh, what? Whoops. Wait. Great views. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I'm definitely rusty because even though this long played out really, really well, I actually wouldn't even have taken it in the first place because it was right at VWAP. Well, I didn't even know because I didn't have VWAP up. Like, what am I actually doing today? I'm very rusty. Nah. Something's up. Like, I mean, I'm glad with today, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like, I struggled quite a bit mentally. And, I mean, even this trade I took, usually I wouldn't take it because of VWAP, but I decided to just take it. I honestly, though, I know I wouldn't have taken this long if I saw VWAP there. I would have been like, yeah, let's just wait here. Yeah. I did catch this short here. That was good. I got in with 5 micros. Let that shit breathe. I saw it come back down. Scalped it. I could have gone in heavier. And I closed it out around here. And that was it. But I'm even the second trade. Went up for 80 points. I probably would have... Realistically, I would have closed it out around here. I mean, it's a really good day for me, but I do think the price action is not the best. At least yet. Like I said, it could be a day where the opening is just shit, and then after that first hour, it's beautiful. That could be it as well. Let's see how big the opening range is. Let's see. Oh, and it's... Okay. This opening range on Nasdaq is, let's see, 200 points, which is honestly very, very big. Very big opening range. But I do see the 15-minute candle closed below VWAP. So I could see this. I could literally see this like going straight down for the rest of the day. But I feel like if the move actually happens, I feel like it'll happen like after 10. You know, because it's been kind of a weak opening. Not weak with volume, but weak with direction. Yes. Like the 15-minute candle closed out with a huge wick. Usually when I see that, it's like, okay, market kind of doesn't know where she's going. Let's just wait. I didn't take that long. Looked nice, stuck to my rules. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken it either if my VWAP was up. But like I said, like I'm not on top of my games today. There's just too many mistakes that I did. Thankfully, I'm green on the day, but like I definitely made a couple mistakes that I could have avoided. Even with this winning trade that I took here, this long, usually I wouldn't have taken it because VWAP was there. I would not have taken this long if I knew VWAP was there. But I took it and it worked out well, so that's good. I also took the shorts down, which is good. Because it's not like I stuck to the longs. Oh, I was long over here. Let's expect it to go longer. No. I just started rejecting this area here. And then breaking structure to the downside. Nasty short. Nasty short. I really could have made a bag on that. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm trying to debate to see if like I should keep trading the other account, but I know I shouldn't. I'm way too rusty today. I'm gonna definitely call it a day. Might call it a day with NQ 50 tick stops. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely way too volatile for like 50 ticks. I mean, when just see what 50 ticks looks like on a 1 minute candle. This is what 50 ticks looks like. It's just way too tight. The wicks are bigger than 50 ticks. That's just how you know. Just if you're wondering if your tick is tick, if you're wondering if your stop loss is too tight, go to the time frame that you trade and measure out where your stop loss would usually be, and see, okay, does my stop loss look like a decent size where it could let the trade play out, or does it look too tight? If it looks too tight, you have to adjust your sizing. If your stop loss looks too tight, you have to size down so you can have a wider stop. Not every day is like that, but when it is, you have to be very aware. Because if you're not aware that the markets are moving this much, you're going to get stopped out quick and you're going to be like, what the hell just happened? It's happened to me a lot of times. I mean, even this year, I think it happened once already, where I took a trade and I was like, whoa, the stop loss is mad tight. Well, it's breaking the opening range on the 1 minute time frame. It's definitely moving down. Like I said, I think if it gets below the 520s or even 540, I think it could be a really good short. I think there could be a lot of downside potential if it gets below, this area here that it's been bouncing off of for quite a bit. Another thing that could happen, could bounce off of here as well and just come back inside of the range, which I think could happen, but it's just there's a lot of volatility. I would want to see it break out of here, break lower. Trade over 8 froze up on me, up 1K. Oh my gosh, I hate when that happens. Not fun. Power hour. I don't know. I tried trading power hour a couple times, but the thing with me when I was trying to trade power hour, first of all, I was doing it with Danny Trades. It was a while ago when I was in his Discord and whatnot. And it was just not it. He'd be full porting for literally no reason. And I was like, I can't keep doing this. This is not what it should feel like. Another thing with power hour too is I would be like, oh, let me trade New York session, get a little bit, and then with power hour, I'ma grow it. That was what I was thinking. So just in the wrong headspace. These shorts are coming in. Ooh, we also haven't had a 5-minute candle close below 546. So let's see if it closes below. Like I said, I think if it closes below 546 around this area here, I think the shorts could continue. I mean, the shorts are already going down on, what is this, US 30. But it just hasn't broken any structure, on the bigger time frame. On Nasdaq though, it is. It's definitely breaking this area of support so far. Damn, I did not expect that short to come in that strong. Did I already take a trade? I took a couple. I took I took one loss and then two wins. Two really good wins. I literally went long here on US 30. This was my first trade. It was a trade that I should not have taken because I should have waited for this 1 minute candle to close. But I didn't wait. So it was literally a trade where it goes straight to stop loss. Then I was like, okay, let me chill out. Let me lock in. So I waited and I took this. I mean, really, it was a breakout trade. I took longs once it broke this white line here, right above these highs. And then I got a 1, 2, 3, call it a day for the main accounts. And I was like, damn, I forgot I'm trading these other accounts. Let me look for another trade. So the trade I took on these accounts was shorts off of here. And the trade was something like this. It was a really quick trade. I didn't think the shorts were going to come in that strong. That was a nasty trade. Oh, and that was the 5 minute candle close. 5 minute candle closed out. I would say, for now, bearish for sure. It's a nasty 5 minute candle. Insane. Now it's just tapping a 45-minute demand zone. So we'll see if it bounces off of here, if it continues down. I think it'd be really good for the market to have a very bearish day today. For me at least, just because I kind of want to get out of this huge range that we've been in. I think if we get out of this range, maybe we'll see like better direction on the bigger time frame. Because I think we've seen really good days this year. I don't think the price action has been horrible. Maybe last week, yeah. But like so far, it's been a really good year when it comes to price action and stuff. Feeling good. And then another thing with my accounts is, I'm trying to think. I think it's back to where I left it. I think I've made back what I've lost, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure, which is good. Let's see. Okay. Okay, no, I haven't made back 100% of what I lost last week. But we're taking it slow. I'm basically almost at where I was after the payout, which is good. Yeah, we'll see. So you got to keep 40K. I got to request 40K, yeah. I could request another 40K, but I do have to get to 4,100. So, I'm basically almost halfway. But I just know with trading, like, you just have to take it slow, because if you get too excited about, a certain payout, a certain number, the emotions are, like, way more difficult to control. So I just keep telling myself, like, just take it slow. Yes, I could request another 40K this month, but I also don't want to get so obsessed with it to the point where, like, I need to get another 40K payout. No. I just tell myself, like, take it slow, take it slow. I mean, who knows? If I take it slow, I could request another 40K next month, and that'd be good enough. Taking it slow. Taking base hits. That's really what it is. Taking base hits for a while. Do you use level 2? You watch Danny trades. You watch Danny trades. No, I don't use levels like he does. When I used to trade with Danny Trades, it was a couple years ago, and he doesn't trade the same as a couple years ago. I think his strategy was like way better a couple years ago. Like, I think his strategy now is like mostly gambling. He'll take a trade and he really won't explain why he's taking it, you know? He'll just take it to take it. Oh, I feel it. I feel it. You know, I don't like that. I think if you get in a trade, like, you have to know exactly why. You know, that way you can repeat it. That way you can get consistent with it. $80K in 2 months. Yeah, that's a big bag. I mean, it's crazy to think as well, like, I'm almost halfway of what I made last year. So that's crazy to think. Oh, looks like it's kind of bouncing at this area here. I mean, the sellers are really strong. So we'll see if they continue. This is also the 10 a.m. candle. We'll see if it's a 10 a.m. reversal or a 10 a.m. continuation. Anyone else have a lag spike on TradeOvate about 10 minutes ago? Like, orders were delayed by 15 seconds. I didn't have that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I feel like recently, this year, TradeOvate has had a couple lagging issues. I mean, when was it? I think it was 2 weeks ago. I had one trading week where TradeOvate like messed with me twice in a week, which I would say is like way too much. Cause that's like, you shouldn't be stressed out about the platform as a trader. So you got to keep 80K in real money. I got to keep 40K so far. If I make more, then I could request another 40, yeah. And it'll be 80. I'm making more than doctors. I'm something like that. The thing with trading though is like, you can have a really big month and then like the next month it could be zero. That's what I've experienced as a trader. That's why like the 40K month doesn't really excite me as much. I'm honestly kind of not worried, but just thinking more about keeping things consistent, you know. I feel like last year I was focused on like, oh, this month I had a 20K month, like let's have a 40K month next month. But with this year it's like, just try to be consistent as possible. Pay your taxes. I know. Uh, I was thinking about that Drake song where he's like, I haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. I kept singing that song because I felt it. Yo, no, I gotta find a tax person. That's funny though. I definitely need to get that out the way for sure. How did I pass so many evals? With Apex, I waited for a sale. Once they had a 90% sale, then I bought 20. And then with the 50K accounts on Apex specifically, you can trade 10 regular NQ contracts, which is quite a bit for a 50K account. Normally, you don't see that. So you have way more leverage on the evals. And then I just copy traded it. Copy traded all 20 accounts, slapped on 10 contract, full ported. And it literally, I needed this big of a move in order to pass the accounts. So it was like a quick in and out. Because it was 10 contracts. That's what? I think it's $50 per tick. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 5 times 10. Yeah, $50 per tick. Or if you're thinking per point, that's $200 per point. So I promise you, I needed 60 ticks. I remember. Yeah. 60 ticks. Full porting. And it was like in and out, and then I passed it, and that was it. It doesn't work every time, but when it works, it works. So are they just synced together? Yeah. Yeah. Like if you look at the trades I took today, they're basically all the same profit mostly, because they were copy traded together. Okay, I think the dogs they're seeing someone walking by. W day, yeah. There was really good opportunities today. If you had a tight stop loss though, you probably got cooked up. It's probably too tight. There's still a really good volume. Really good volume. Oh yeah. Yeah, the 1 minute candlesticks are actually crazy. You just know the volume is crazy when you go down to the 1 minute time frame and just measure a 1 minute candlestick. If it's like, for example, this one right here is 40 points or almost 170 ticks, which is quite a bit for like a 1 minute candle. Shit, I mean, even this 1 minute candle here, it's nasty. Even the trade that I took, I don't know if you guys have this, but on TradingView, it looks like it just gapped up. So it's actually a crazy trade on Nasdaq. It's a big move, pretty quick. I hate their live trailing drawdown. I hate it too, which is why I didn't trade Apex for about 2 years. I didn't trade Apex for about 2 years because of the trailing drawdown. I was just like, man, I don't want to deal with it. Like, it's a bullshit rule. It doesn't make sense. But then I just thought, like, there's no other prop firm that allows you to have 20 accounts. That's the only reason why I traded with Apex. And also, too, like, they do have trailing drawdown. But once you get over the trailing drawdown on the funded account, then it's basically like a static account. Like, it's not end of day. It's just if you go back to zero, you'll blow the account. But, it's like you can get over the trailing drawdown. It's not a forever thing. Like, for example, me, I've been over it. I requested the payout, and like I don't have to worry about trailing drawdown now. It's just a static account. You can do a Tradecopia. Yeah, Tradecopia, Trade Syncer. But I don't know. I'd be careful with those trade copiers because they do mess up. Just like TradeOvate, Platform X, it has glitches. So whatever software you're using to copy trade, it can also just have glitches. So I'd be careful. I know with Tradecopia though, you could set like a daily loss limit. I've seen that, which is also very helpful. I was down 1100, now I'm up 700. Call it a day. Trading is not for the weak. It's not. It's definitely a roller coaster. But you can control the roller coaster. You know? You can control it. It gotta be a slow roller coaster. You gotta take it slow. Which do you like better, Alpha Futures or Apex? Ooh, that's a good question. I think Alpha Futures has better payout rules for sure. For sure. Way better payout rules. But Apex is more scalable. So I would suggest beginners trade with Alpha Futures, and like after you've gotten a couple payouts and you want to scale, you want to have bigger months, then I'd go with Apex because you can have 20 accounts. But I wouldn't rush scaling, you know? I wouldn't rush that process. All you gotta do is make sure it's working a few minutes before market open. Yeah, but sometimes it messes up after the market open. Not lucid trading. I haven't really looked at lucid trading, but I've heard really good things about them. I've been thinking about trading some accounts with them. I just I don't like their certificates. I think those certificates with Tradeify is better, but it's just a certificate. As long as they pay, that's what matters. Yeah, I was looking at Lucid's pay. You know what? Let's look at their payout rules. Because when I was looking at their payout rules, I was just looking at their straight to funded accounts. I didn't check their other accounts. Lucid. Yeah, they also have multiple accounts. Yeah, I was looking at Lucid Direct. Lucid Pro. Need an evalve. Okay, everything looks normal. Does have a daily loss limit, which is not bad. I know some people hate daily loss limit rules, but it's just if you're trading a 50K account and you lose 1200, you're already over risking. You know, that's like, whoa, that's like 2% down on the day when you look at it percentage wise, which is quite a bit. So I think daily loss rules are perfect most of the time. They have a Lucid Pro and a Lucid Black. End of day. Okay, I do like how their drawdown is end of day. That's always good. Other black evals don't have daily loss limits. Okay, cool. It does have a 60% consistency rule. Why is it 60%? It's a weird number. Maybe that's just for the eval. Lucid Flex. Everything looks normal. Let's look at their payout rules. Okay, yeah, let's look at the Lucid Black. Okay, it's not even there. Lucid Pro. Payouts. Okay, let's see. This is for their pro accounts. Let's see what you need. So you need 5 separate days during the payout cycle. That's normal. Consistency, 40% consistency. after each payout. That's also normal. Request a payout for your profits. And then you need a buffer. Okay. I mean, everything looks pretty decent. Oh, their payouts are capped. Minimum payouts 500. Okay. Oof, I don't like that. Their 50K account capped payout on the first and second payout is 1,500. Usually that's like 2,000. For example, with Tradeify, their capped payout on 50K accounts on some accounts is 2,000. I think this is a bit of a small payout cap. I mean, good thing it changes as you get more payouts, but unfortunately, most people don't get to their third or fourth or fifth or sixth payout on the same account. Very small percentage get to that point. What do you guys think is their best account? I was mainly looking at their straight to funded account, and they have usual rules. It's very similar to Tradeify. Flex. Okay, flex. Let's see. Flex. Payouts. 90-10 split. Okay, 5 profitable days. Okay. Okay, here it is. Oh, this is good. 50% of profit up to $2,000. So you need to make $4,000 to request $2,000. It's not horrible. What is their consistency rule? Well, the consistency rule don't really matter because you still need 5 profitable days. So I mean, you could do like 4,000 divided by 5 to get an idea how much profit you need every day. Let's see what that would be. $800 a day, get a 2K payout. Not horrible. It's still capped. I mean, but I guess it's good that you don't need like a specific buffer. Traders may take up to 6 payouts from each Lucid Flex account, after which they will be moved to live. That's also, I would say that's regular. You see that a lot. What's the difference with their pro account though? Okay, 5 profitable days, 40% consistency. That's not horrible. And then you need a buffer. And then your payout is fucking capped. Like, what the heck? I don't like their capped payouts, but I do think they have decent rules. Not horrible. Another thing I liked about their direct accounts is it's end of day, but once you get over the buffer, it turns into like static drawdown. So it's like what is this? Apex, where it turns into static, which is good. No consistency on flex. That makes sense. Yeah, like it's a no consistency rule, but you still need 5 days. So I wouldn't even try to get like the whole profit in one day because you still need 5 days. But I do think that's a good rule. Honestly, Tradeify is top tier right now. Tradeify is, I would say, is tied up with Top Step when it comes to the payout rules. I mean, I don't think nothing can beat their select accounts. Like, what other daily payout has end of day drawdown? Tradeify. Like all the other daily payouts, maybe except trade day. I know they have a daily payout thing, but trade day has so many rules as well. I don't know. I think Tradeify is top tier. I do. And I mean, their certificates are pretty, you know? I love their certificates, their payout certificates. Got my first payout with Tradeify. Nice. I think for me, like the sweet spot with with Tradeify is five straight to funded accounts, get base hits, and then request payout. You could get like a 10K payout in 2 weeks. That's what it took me. When I got a 10K payout with Tradeify, it took me 2 weeks. And like it was very chill. You know, it was just base hits after base hits. Lucid pay me straight to my bank account in less than 1 minute. That's crazy. I've heard that from Tradeify as well, but I haven't experienced it. My first payout with Tradeify took like 7 days, but it was because it was during the holidays. So I think that's why. It was also my first payout with them. So I just had to do their paperwork and stuff, and then their invitation. Damn, today's a really good day to trade. I mean, the 1 minute looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. There's there's been a couple really good breakouts, crazy moves still. Okay, this 1 minute candle, let's see how big it is. Look at that. 55 points or 223 ticks, which if you don't think that's much, for me it is because my usual trade take profit 2 is 200 ticks. So literally if I took this long here, let's just say I did, the TP would have hit in literally 1 minute, which is crazy to think, you know? Because there's days where hitting this take profit would take like a couple minutes. I don't know. The market always impresses me. I don't know. I just like it. I like it. I love it. I love it. I love the market. There's days where it pisses me off, but I do love the markets. Like it's always interesting to me, you know, seeing how much it moves, especially when it's like a crazy day. I love seeing the markets like that. Lonnie, I have a question. Do you request a payout as soon as an account hits 2K or wait to do it all at once? For example, I have multiple accounts, but all have different dollar amounts in each. Is your payout capped or is it like a different amount for each account? If your payout is capped and you already reached like the maximum payout cap, I would just request it. Another thing I tell people too though is like if you're available to take a payout, then take it. Unless you already have experience taking payouts and like you know you're not gonna fumble the bag, then just wait. But I always tell like if you're a beginner or something, is your first couple of payouts, just take the payout. Is all 50K accounts on Apex? I'm 90% sure it's capped at 2K. Yeah. Take the payout. Yeah. I take it. I mean, that's what I did. All of my accounts had different amount of profits. Even right now, they still do. Because the copy trader kind of messed up a couple times. But once all the accounts were available to request 2,000, I just took it. I like to do the bare minimum for like capped payouts. But that's just me, right? Some people like building up their accounts even though it's a capped payout. After pass Apex quickly, did you use 10 again? Or use yeah, after I passed the Apex accounts, I just used 5 micros. Well, I'm wrong. In the beginning of my journey with these 20 accounts, I started with one full contract on NQ, and it was just way too much. It was like, if I took a loss, it was like a loss that could have been avoided if I just had a wider stop. And like my heart was just like going crazy as well. So I was like, you know what? I've succeeded a lot with just 5 micros. Let's just stick with 5 micros. And that's what I did. And then after that, I've had way better performance, especially that month. This month, obviously, like last week was pretty hard for me. Markets were not in my favor. So it looks tough. But I think this week will be better. And I do have to say, I think it's because I sized down, taking it slow. I'm worried about getting pushed to live, as this will be my third payout and my other accounts are on one or no payouts. Well, Apex rarely puts people to live, unless you have like an insane amount of profits. Have you guys seen that Brian Stunk? I think that's his name. I don't know how to say it. On Twitter? Has anyone seen this guy on Twitter? Please tell me someone has seen him, because he's actually fucking crazy. He's actually crazy. No. We gotta talk about this now. Let's look at his Twitter. He's trying to get a $5 million payout from Apex. And like when he has a profitable day, it's like 100K. Not joking. It's actually crazy. Okay, let's see. He's a beast. No, he's something else. He's definitely where. Okay, there it is. Like, no, he's actually something else. Where is it? I guess he hasn't posted his profits in a while. Specifically his Apex profits, because that's where like I was like, damn, he's on another level. Oh, I think it's right here, this one. Yeah, this is his, I'm pretty sure his 20 accounts here. No, he's actually something else. And yeah, I guess he's trying to do a $5 million payout with 20 accounts, which is definitely possible. It hasn't been done before, but I mean, with his stats, it's like what's stopping him at this point? He's already deep in the green, which is crazy. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Dude sounds like a gambler. He has to be. He has to be sizing quite a bit by me. Some people are good at that. Some people are definitely good at that. Are you done trading for the day? Yeah. I've been done for a while. Honestly, with this short here, I should have held this trade. This trade, yeah, this is crazy right here. I would have made like, I'm not joking, like 10K off of this on these 2 Express accounts. But I closed it pretty quick. But honestly, I closed it quick because like it wasn't a trade I'd usually take. It was more of like, oh, I forgot to place the entry on these other accounts. Let me place it on these accounts. No, it was like, I missed a trade. Let me look for another one. That was it. Damn, this trade ran. I did not expect the short to come in like that. What's his account size? I'm not sure. It has to be 150Ks or something. I wouldn't be surprised they're like the bigger accounts. Cause I mean, he's trying to do big numbers. All right, let me journal this and then I'm gonna hop off stream, call it a day. Okay, first trade was honestly a silly trade, but it happens. Took the long literally right at the top right here. Again, this trade could have been avoided if I had just waited 20 seconds. If I waited for the candle to close, I would not have taken this long. But that didn't happen, okay? So, let's screenshot this. Yeah, after I did that, I was very disappointed. I was like, what am I actually doing here? Cuz I literally told myself like be on your best game, and like I did the opposite thing. I got in a really bad trade. But again, most of my losers are the perfect entry for the opposite direction. Is actually crazy how many times this has happened to me. Wow, this is a 5-minute time frame screenshot. That was the first trade. And again, usually when I do a trade recap, it's because at least a 1-minute candle closed above a 50% line. If you look at the Discord and you look at my trade recaps, that's almost always why I take the trade, because of a 1-minute candle confirmation. But I didn't have that today. So I would say I FOMO'd in longs on US 30 after it got above I FOMO'd in longs on US 30 after it got above a 50% line on a 45-minute zone. This trade I should not have taken because there wasn't a 1-minute candle confirmation. That was the first trade. The second and last trade, basically, I'm not gonna journal this third trade that I took because it wasn't on my main accounts. But the reason I took this third trade here, I'll just explain it really quick. This was a trade here. And then I got out literally right here. Which is crazy because it ran down an insane amount. But the reason I took short over here was just because I saw the market was rejecting this 50% line on the 90-minute supply zone. And then once it started breaking structure to the downside there, then I entered short. At first, my stop loss was very wide because I wanted to let it breathe. And I also wasn't in too many contracts. Once I saw it pull back and then move down, then I added and I moved my stop loss tighter. And I was in and out basically. For the second trade that I took, this long on Nasdaq. So I lost the first trade. Then I was like, okay, I'm not going to trade US 30 because I basically missed the shorts here. If I didn't take this long, I know for a fact I would have taken shorts. If I took shorts, the trade would have been something like this. And yeah, it would have hit TP3 very quickly. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to get chopped on US 30. Let me look at Nasdaq for an opportunity. So when I looked at Nasdaq, these 1-minute candlesticks were kind of chopping up at this area here, which wasn't surprising since it kind of did chop up back here before the market opened up. So what I waited for was, okay, right now it's wicking off of this white line here. So if price gets above the white line, then I'm going to expect the market to at least touch up on this zone. So that's why I placed the entry for long there. It honestly is a breakout trade, right? We're breaking out of this area that has been rejecting. And then I targeted a 1 to 3, which could have been this 50% line here. But in reality, I was just looking for 75 points or 300 ticks. And yeah, let me screenshot it. I don't know why it looks like this on my trading view. It looks like it gapped up. Might just be my trading view. Took longs on Nasdaq after it got above a white line. This is also a good example of how I use my white lines. I don't use them every time, but when I do use them, it's very helpful, right? Like right here, I saw it was rejecting the white line, so where was my entry going to be? Above the white line. Same thing over here. I was not expecting, but I was waiting for the longs to continue pushing up, and I said if price got above this white line here, which it never did, then I was going to take longs. But yeah, it just kind of looked like it was rejecting the white line. So I never took the longs up here. And a 30-minute. Took longs on Nasdaq after it got above a white line. And a 30-minute supply zone. Usually, I wouldn't have taken this trade because VWAP was right there. Yeah, that was also another mistake that I did today, was I didn't have my VWAP on. Usually, if I saw VWAP was right here, if I saw price was rejecting the VWAP, I wouldn't have taken the trade. I would have waited to see how we reacted up here at this 90-minute supply zone. But unfortunately, I didn't have it on. So I was just like, let me get in the trade. It looks good. And then afterwards, I was like, whoa, I would not have taken that trade. But everything played out well. I think today there was a couple good opportunities. Like, even if you missed the trades the first 15 minutes, after that, there's been decent volume. I mean, it's moving sideways right now, but even with it moving sideways, I think there's decent volume. Would I trade this right now? No. I think the main move of the day, like, already happened. So, I'm definitely done for the day. That was it. Well, alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And don't be on the charts all day. Remember, trading is not a thing to do 24/7. Okay, trading is a skill. Trading is not a hobby. It should not be a hobby. It should be a skill. So keep that in mind. Don't be on the charts all day. You're trading for freedom, not just money. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.